Winner's gonna face off against Patience or Bly. No, sorry. There it is. The winner between this matchup will face off against Teffel or Avocado on this stream.
Yep.
But enough about that. You can introduce our players.
Yeah, the overlay is up this time, so... Our first player in the bottom left, he is the Zerg representing Team Acer, Nerchio. And his opponent, spawning in the top left location, he is the Pink Protoss player. Oh, I just gave it away. From Fnatic, Pink.
Yeah, we saw Pink play yesterday, and he was really good actually.
Yeah.
He advanced by default actually because one of the players forfeited, I think. It was John Enrico and Ping who actually. Well, am I right now? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. It was Orku forfeited, unfortunately.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he comes up against Nerchio, who is a well-known Zerg player.
Yep, he's been at times considered one of the top Zergs in Europe. I think it's fair to say he is still among the top.
Yes.
Very
indeed.
debatable where exactly you would put him, but that's not what we're getting into today.
No. Seen him play a couple of times in the WCS, of course, and I think he also came quite well in DreamHack. Yes, he did. He actually came first in 2012 DreamHack Open in Bucharest, and third or fourth place in 2012 DreamHack Open Winter against where I went 0-3 against Teja. So yeah, not surprisingly.
Yeah. We actually see an incredibly greedy opening coming out for Pink, knowing that Nerchio loves to be a macro player, so he's actually just going Nexus first into Gateway. Who needs a Forge?
Let's see. I'm just gonna. Whoop. Pushing my keyboard a bit here. Alright. So, also to add, Nerchio is the Polish player, and Pink is actually from Denmark. So it's gonna be interesting to see what we've seen. I think we saw two styles from Pink yesterday, and both of them were very aggressive. And I think he actually tried. Didn't he cannon rush twice?
Yeah, was that him? I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. So, and well, looking at the what he's up against now, it's not looking like a cannon rush at all. But I just remember him that he did that twice and actually succeeded with it. So
yeah.
So that was. He's sort of he has several types of build up his sleeve, and but he's very aggressive when it comes to the early game. But against Nerchio now, he's going a bit of a different path. I haven't seen this style against him.
Yeah, and
I wonder if can he actually punish the third base this easily?
You can't really punish the third base, but maybe if he goes for a type of Immortal Sentry play, possibly he could try to attack. Of course, he's gonna need those gases. I think he might just be going for a standard build. We'll see. He could be going for something like a Warp Prism 4-gate type of rush. I guess we'll have to see. Because in that previous series, as you mentioned, he actually went Gateway inside his base in both of those games, and then he saw a hatch first, just went, whoop, cannon rush.
Yeah. Alright, so it's gonna be Mortals.
Okay.
Which is actually a very good choice. But still, nothing of no unit production has been coming up and been scouted here. Yeah, alright, so actually a Roach Warren is coming up, so it looks like Immortals was an excellent choice against this build.
Yeah, we still see those gases aren't coming down for Pink, so I'm getting the idea that this might be, he might make like 4 sentries, and then this may be more of an Immortal Zealot type of push.
If, let's see, I can take a guess here for Nerchio's side. As he built right now a Roach Warren, it can mean two things. Otherwise he's just going to build 7 and go for a quick RS, or he's going to put drones on all his gas. He's going to build like 6 or 7 Overlords, and then he's going to go all out on Roaches. That's going to be 10 Roaches, 11.
He's building his 7 gateways in production right now, so this is definitely intended to do some serious damage here.
Yeah, the War Prism is actually coming up right now. 2 Immortals waiting to get dropped.
He's actually pulling all of his probes out of gas. He's just at saturated 32 probe production, so he's just going to produce as many Zealots as possible, as soon as possible, and he's going to push with this.
And I remember yesterday I went also for very early Zealot legs, which I really do like. I like that build. But this time there's no such thing. It's going directly for a quick rush, and looking at the armor supply for both players, I would say that Nerchio is well equipped to handle this.
Yeah, but this is hitting so early. You wouldn't expect this kind of pressure to hit anywhere near the soonest. 8 Zealot warping at the 9-minute mark. We see a pylon in decent position, but this creep spread is great for Nerchio because it's gonna force Pink to set up camp here much further away from any of these bases that he would want to.
The thing is that Pink actually sends this in completely blind. He doesn't know anything what Nerchio is doing right now, and he's gonna be caught off guard by all of these units. So many Roaches actually going in, doing so much damage against the Zealots. The Immortals are doing so much damage, actually focusing down the Roaches quite easily.
Yeah, it was a great job by Nerchio recognizing this, but this push is just so powerful, even with that great surround. This push is still doing reasonably well, but the sentries are of course gone. So for the most part, so there's only like 2 or 3 force fields left. So those aren't going to be much of a factor anymore, and the Roaches do have a full surround yet again. The Mortals are going to get targeted if possible, but the great War Prism micro by Pink keeping these alive, but unfortunately he's going to lose everything else, and actually going to lose one of these Immortals too.
Wow, what an awesome War Prism micro there, lifting up those Immortals. But the counterattack is probably going to go down right now by Nerchio, and looking back home at Pink, there's no defenses.
Yeah, he's going to try to get this push done because he knows he will die to a counterattack, so he actually needs to somehow push through. He's able to, with that single Immortal, is actually able to get a lot of work done. All of a sudden the supply counts, not too much actually in Nerchio's favor, but so it's still going to be close. This Mothership Core is being so annoying because it does contribute some nice DPS to the army. A time bubble coming down, going to catch this Queen. And just more Zealots going to come through, and actually, does Nerchio have enough to defend this?
I don't think so. I think his base is actually going down, and we're looking at that 2-base Zerg versus a 2-base Protoss, which is bad news everywhere. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. He actually leaves the base alive and goes directly for the push. So he's gonna try to finish this right now. Some more Zealots are warping in, doing so much damage on everything. There are spines up that might be able to defend this, and that hero Immortal is still alive, doing so much damage.
Yeah, unfortunately that War Prism not being able to get targeted down by those Queens. So these +1 Zealots and this +1 Immortal are just able to do so much damage against these unupgraded Roaches.
Yeah, now, Roaches are actually coming again.
Apparently saves that 1 Immortal yet again. It's actually building up its shields. He does have enough Roaches to decently kite this army of all Zealots, but this Immortal is just still going to get so much work done.
Yeah, and the question is, will these Zealots actually be able to hold this? And Nerchio actually recognized that it needs to change its build. It's going for a Hydralisk Stand, which is a great choice against this. Being able to shoot up is a benefit. And let's see, Pink actually had 1,000 minerals invested right now, and he's gonna work in more Zealots to be able to see if he actually can finish this at all. And the Mothership Core actually goes down there, so there's not gonna be any returning home for this army.
Yeah, these roaches just so annoyed that he just can't get this immortal as hard as he tries because it just keeps getting picked up every time.
Yeah, and the minerals just keep ramping up for Pink. He needs to be able to spend this on something, but no, there is nothing he can spend it on. It's actually returning back to the pylon here. More roaches are... 8 more zealots are warping in. Wow! Oh, man!
I knew he wasn't going to be happy about this.
Oh! Shots fired! Well, Pink's still hanging in there, doing the damage, and despite what Nerchio says, I think that Warp Prism Micro is really, really good. I don't know how many units, 38 kills on that Immortal. That's the... wow!
He is a Zerg Executor.
Oh, damn. And Nerchio just keep building roaches. He's gonna try to power through this. The question is, can he actually do it? His main still has some minerals in it, and he's actually has a really good supply right now. So we'll see if Pink actually can defend this, and he needs more immortals.
Yeah, Warp Prism finally taking enough damage from those queens that it has to run away. So now he's actually just gonna follow this up potentially with an Immortal Sentry push. It's funny enough.
Oh man. Alright, 2 sentries actually on the field. I don't think it will be enough to repel this huge roach army that Nerchio is sending against him. And I think that Pink actually floated enough minerals that he actually could have expanded behind this, but he did not. But oh well.
Yeah, with that overseer, he's actually able to see that he's not able to push in despite the absence of a mothership core, just because those 3 immortals do so much damage.
Yes, they are. And now Hydralisk has been thrown into the mix by Nerchio, who is fueled by his rage. He has a good army composition right now, consisting of only roaches and hydras. But looking at what Pink has, it's more than enough to be able to handle this. I think he actually could need zealot legs to be able to pull this off completely. And 8 more hydras in production. I think this will be the last push here from Pink. And strange enough, throwing in stalkers into the mix.
Yeah, Pink is gonna start running out of resources as his bases are mining out, so he has to make it work now. But this is such a great concave for Nerchio. He's gonna be forced back. He's gonna have to try to look for the best engagement he can get. He does have these force fields, great force fields to section off those hydras. Great transfuses, however, by Nerchio is gonna keep that queen in the front alive. Now I think this is too much, and as Nerchio is able to get a full surround here, he's going to target down that Warp Prism, which was so annoying before. Pink has to tap out.
Yep, and there's the GG from Pink. A great game.